Alright fellas, here we are in a Pokemon TCG Pocket video. This, very different from what I'm normally doing it. This is going to be the start of my branch out into covering other Pokemon related content. I wanted to start with the TCG Pocket stuff because, I mean, I play the game a good bit, I do all the events. I don't do PvP, which is why I'm going to try and focus as little as possible on PvP, other than saying, oh, PvP is out, basically. I mean, I don't do that, other YouTubers do it, plenty of other people to go to. Thank you, Java. Very, very nice. I just want to, make an announcement, I guess. I mean, go over just the cards in the set, honestly, because this set looks really, really cool. Like, we've got ourselves all of the cards here, the card list. Thank you to all the people at the Pokemon Zone that ended up creating all this, data mining the information and etc. So, of course, we know with this new set, there's a total of 96 cards, which has 75 regular, rares, regular diamond rares, and then, 21 here. Star rares, which, alt arts and full arts and the gold card, right? This is a mini set, of course. It only focuses on, it's got Arceus as the main focus. We got ourselves our big set in the form of the Dalga and Palkia set with Space Times Smackdown, I think, was what it was called specifically. I guess I could technically look at the card set. Yeah, Space Time Smackdown. So, yeah. I guess let's go ahead and take a look here. So, I mean, we got a ton of new cards. I mean, 96 new cards. A lot of Pokemon that have just not been in the game yet. I mean, mostly, some Sinnoh Pokemon. I don't think... Did we get a Combee and... Vespiquen and Space Time Smackdown? I don't think we did we? No, we did. Okay, we got that, but we did not get Mothim. So we did actually end up getting Mothim this time. Got a new Burmy and a Mothim this time. We got Heracross here. A lot of, honestly, really cool art. A lot of these illustrators did really, really well on actually, making a lot of the art for this stuff, which is one of the best things about TCG Pocket is that you get a lot of just amazing artworks just from the release of these sets, even basic commons. Look at this Houndoom. I don't know if I can get a better, quality image of this, but look at this. Look at the art of this Houndoom. This is actually amazing. I don't know how to say the name here, but they really did very, very well with the creation of this. I know a lot of these, honestly, are made by some of the same people who made the actual physical TCG cards. So, honestly, go into looking at a lot of these artists and see what they can actually make in terms of physical cards and probably buy some. I mean, they all make really, really good stuff. We do have Shaman. This is, I think, the introduction for Shaman Sky form, which is a normal type Pokemon. We go all the way friggin' bottom. Jeez. Where's it at? I know it's in the set. Am I blind? I am blind, am I? Ain't I? Wait, no, I'm in Space on Smackdown, no wonder. Oops. But, down here, Shaman Sky, very, very cool. Gotta love seeing that, finally. We did not get a new Shaman grass form, the base land form, that's whatever, though. We did get the introduction of EX Leafeon and Glaceon. Awesome. The first two evolutions to actually get EXs in TCG Pocket. You would have expected with the Kanto evolutions, right? Maybe in, Mythical Island, but no. They did end up focusing on, Celebi as, the main mythical there, and then a few other EXs, just completely unrelated to Mew for the most part. And other than Mew itself, of course, they got an EX as well, but, but Leafeon and Glaceon, the first evolutions to actually get EXs, very good options too. I mean, Glaceon and Leafeon are awesome. They do have abilities here. Leafeon seems like it's going to be very, very good in the generic grass team, where grass is so focused on getting so much energy so quick. Celebi deck. Celebi is absolutely insane. Obviously, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. This is not Space. I don't want to look at Space Time Smackdown. Promo. No, I don't want to look at promos. I just want to look at all sets, I guess. Sure. But if we go to the Celebi card and just how broken it is, flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. For every heads, it does 50 damage to the enemy. So you flip coins for the amount of energy you have, and then you'll combine that with the existence of Superior, which doubles the energy attached to whatever Pokemon. For example, if Celebi's got 2 energy, well, now it counts as 4. So it gets 4 coin flips for this. Well, basically, if we want to go back here and look at Leafeon, it's going to make that even worse because it has the ability to just... it's the same effect as Gardevoir, is it not? If the active Pokemon spot... if this is the active Pokemon is in the active spot, take energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your grass Pokemon. It's basically if Gardevoir was in the active spot. You can just take this and attach it to one of your grass type Pokemon, any of them. I'm going to assume this could also count for itself. I haven't actually played around with it, but I'm going to assume that counts as well. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. And but obviously, I mean, if it's in the active spot, take it, use the ability, grass energy, boom, Celebi. I mean, it's just, you're going to be getting Celebi 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy, and then, doubling it with Superior each time. It's just, there's going to be so much ramping with like grass energy because of this card as well. I could imagine it at the very least. This does also introduce the power link, or just the link effects, which are abilities that basically coincide if you have Arceus on your team, because Arceus is of course the new main Pokemon for this set right here. And it's got these link abilities in order to actually work with other Pokemon. It doesn't really do. I say it doesn't really do too much itself, but like I mean it does. It's unaffected by any special conditions, which I guess that's just gonna be like poison, confusion, like sleep, stuff like that. I'm assuming as much. I don't think there's any other real conditions to my immediate effect. By the way, this Snorlax card is very funny, goofy. 4 gauge move collapse, 4 energy move, 100 power, and then it falls asleep. Okay. Also, 4 energy retreat cost. Jesus, man. My lord, guy, how'd that happen? But I'm looking at Arceus. It honestly looks very similar to Pikachu, except for the fact that, like Pikachu EX, except for the fact that it costs 3 energy instead of 2, but it also starts with, it actually has like a starting base power, where Pikachu can get up to like, what, 120 power, right? I mean, I believe that's how Pikachu works. It counts itself in that list, doesn't it? It's been so long since I've actually used Pikachu. Genetic Apex. Okay, I did not want to see that. I just wanted to see Genetic Apex Pikachu. Yeah, 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon, so it's 90 damage maximum, apparently. Cool. Yeah, 90 damage maximum, that's fine. But then Arceus here starts with 70 and does 20 more for each bench Pokemon, so that's plus up to 60. 130 damage at maximum with this move for 3 gauge. No real drawback. Other than like if your Pokemon gets KO'd, that's pretty good, obviously. I think Arceus could look pretty good as like on its own as a standalone Pokemon. Obviously it's a basic as well, so that's just a massive boost for it. Same with like obviously why Mewtwo was so strong. You didn't have to like work around evolutions and stuff. Just part of the reason it's broken, obviously not like the definitive reason. Also new Giratina, that's very cool. I like the new Giratina. Crisis Drive, we got or Dive, not Drive. Crisis Dive, which it's a Dragon type, the only Dragon type of the set. But hey, we take Dragon types. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, Arceus is obviously going to be really good, but then obviously the fact that you've got Arceus means you can play around with the new abilities, which are the link abilities. We'll look at like Magnezone here, we've got Crobat, there's multiple other ones, we'll look at these 3 just as examples. Magnezone here, Resilience Link. If you have Arceus, this Pokemon takes minus 30 damage from attacks. Obviously, there's like an amazing perk of running Magnezone in the fact that it's able to run with like the Genetic Apex Magneton, which can give itself energy, meaning that Magnezone works pretty well just by itself. I mean, it doesn't really need too much. Obviously, you will need like at least 1 Steel Energy, but if you can just get a Steel Energy on Magneton, then use Magneton's ability, you can get that 1 colorless energy there, or well, I think it gives itself electric energy, but like you'll get the colorless energy, or the energy that counts for colorless, and then you can get another Steel Energy from your energy zone. I mean, that's pretty good, obviously. So, hey, I mean, Magnezone could work pretty well, and then it's got that minus 30 damage from all enemy attacks, like that Melmetal ability, where Melmetal obviously really strong, has a lot of health, and it's got like minus 20 damage it takes from all attacks. Similar case here, and you literally only need Arceus in play, which is obviously really good. Crobat, once during your turn, if you have Arceus EX, you can do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's obviously pretty good. I mean, 80 damage dealt to the enemy Pokemon for a 1 gauge move. Not 1 gauge, 1 energy move. I keep saying gauge, I mean, obviously Pokemon Masters, right? Makes sense, but 1 energy attack, that's really good. The set is looking pretty insane in terms of these new Pokemon. The only thing with Crobat is that obviously you have to evolve it from Golbat. I mean, it's a 1 energy move, but you have to go from Zubat to Golbat to Crobat. I mean, that's probably its only big downside is you have to evolve with it first. But if you can get that far in battle, then a 1 energy move that hits for 80 power as long as Arceus is on the team, that's going to be hitting pretty strong. And then Rotom, if you have Arceus EX in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. I could see this being useful. Like, I mean, I could see it being useful for sure. I mean, maintaining your energy that you have on it. It's got dash attack, doing 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, this just allows you to be very swift with being able to retreat. Rotom, very energy efficient. I can see some good use on that. I mean, maybe. I'm honestly not really too sure about it, but hey, but that's like the gist of these new Link abilities, which are going to be working with. Good lord, I've got too many images open, but it's going to be working with Arceus, right? So Arceus on the team, giving a lot of different Pokemon some pretty good effects, and giving Arceus a lot of like versatility in who it can run with. Attacks used by this Pokemon cost 1 less energy. This is pretty good as well with Abomasnow. With the new, whatever, Vigor Link. -1 energy? Really? Like, it's got 3 energy move, 80 powers is pretty good. I mean, now it's 2 gauge, 80 power. It's 2 energy, 80 power. Again, whatever. This really reminds me of, like, Starmie, am I wrong? Like, Starmie, but without the effect of having to be, like, an EX Pokemon. I mean, it still evolves, right? So, I mean, it doesn't Abomasnow almost, like, directly kind of power creep Starmie if you're running it with Arceus? Like, am I a little bit insane in thinking that? Genetic Apex. Is it in Pikachu? I think, is Starmie in Pikachu? Or is it just a general card? I don't know. Starmie, where you at, Starmie? Okay, well, we'll just look here. Yeah, I mean, 130 HP, 90 power. I mean, Starmie does, like, 10 extra damage, but, again, you've got that effect with Starmie, and also I think it's, yeah, an extra 10 HP, so more plus 10 HP plus 10 on its power, but you've also got the perk of where Abomasnow is not an EX Pokemon. So you don't have to deal with if it gets KO'd, you don't give the enemy 2 points in order to get to their victory faster, right? Which is pretty good. And also the retreat cost here is pretty bad compared to Starmie, but you can play around with that, of course, with like Leaf, and and also like just abilities that can just decrease your retreat cost a lot easier. There are plenty of those now, frankly. Though it still could be like a big part of team building and deck building and stuff like that. So that's fair, but still, I mean, honestly, I think Abomasnow is looking pretty good as well. That -1 energy cost just to do an 80 power move, it's pretty good, obviously. And I think that might also enable you on like more multiple type decks, because it says this costs 1. Okay, well, so sorry, no, costs 1 less colorless energy. So you still do need water. Never mind. Okay, you still do need the water energy for that. Anyway, though. There's the Leafeon again. Broken for grass types. We love that. Glaceon here. Another water type. A little bit more water type competition. During checkup at the active Pokemon. Pokemon's in the active spot. Do 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Snowy terrain, it's just hail, right? I mean, it's basically the effect of hail. 90 power on its move. 140 HP evolving from Eevee. Pretty simple effects. The 10 chip damage while if the Pokemon's in the active spot. That's not bad. I mean, 10 chip damage is basically like unconditional poison. You don't have to like have the enemy... The only thing you need is to be active in the fight, which is obviously a pretty big thing, but still, it's not that big of a deal, I think. And then, I mean, obviously, energy, like, you know, needing 3 energy for a 90 power move or whatever, I mean, I think that's fine. I think that's fine, especially given how much energy, like, water can, like, pull up. I mean, like, Manaphy, Misty, obviously, like, the RNG trainer card, it is fun. But, I mean, a lot of water energy can end up going to Glaceon. I mean, water is one of the types, like, literally, like, pun intended, it is the most fluid with energy just because it's got so many methods of generating it. Other options, there's the origin forms, which I'm not going to go into like the details of actual like cards, like what they can do, but I'm very, very interested in the fact that they actually released origin form cards here, like as just regular basic non-EX Pokemon. I could have easily seen them replacing like Probopass, man, like EX Probopass, sure, but like replacing EX Probopass and I don't know, some other like card. Like I could see them having done another EX for something in order to actually give Palkia the EX instead with its origin form. Like really, that's a little bit interesting to me, honestly. But again, same kind of case I was mentioning earlier with like the fact the water type is so much fluid and energy. Palkia's a basic Pokemon, which is really good, but then it's got 3 energy move here, which is 60 power, but that's not great. But if it flips heads, it does 60 more damage, 120 power. It's pretty good. It reminds me of like Exeggutor, even though Exeggutor needs only 1 energy for the same thing. And then Dialga here, Time Mash, 100 energy or 100 power, 3 energy. Flip a coin, Tails. During this next turn, this Pokemon can attack. If Tails, so it's a little interesting. But yeah, I mean, 2 interesting cards for sure. And the origin forms, and then again, also we went over earlier, Giratina is here as well. 120 power, discard 2 random energy from the Pokemon. It needs Grass and Psychic, and any random energy as well. So Grass and Psychic deck in order to run a Grass and Psychic. It's a very interesting combination. Cool. Interesting for sure. But hey, you know, Giratina's right there. Nice. Anyway, so those are I guess the bigger ones. I mean, the EXs. I mean, you do have like the new Tyranitar is here, plus 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon if Arceus is in play. It's got 4 energy move that has 130 power, 160 HP. This Pokemon's like an EX Pokemon, but like a lot more energy. hungry, I guess. We do also have Garchomp, who's not a dragon Pokemon. This should gain the buff from Cynthia, right? Like, it should be able to make use of the Cynthia Trainer card, which has a linear attack bonus, 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is broken, in my opinion. I mean, I think the effect is that, obviously, it's a Pokemon you need to evolve from, so Gible, Gabite, Garchomp EX. But, like, 50 damage to any of the enemy's Pokemon is really good. I feel like, if anything, you could take away the, like, necessity of having a Cyrus card or something, which I like Cyrus because it does give you, like, some choice on, like, what the enemy has to kind of, like, bring in. But also at the same time, it's like, if you can just choose any Pokemon and do 50 damage to them, then, well, that's a lot of energy to KO. That's going to be a lot to, like, actually KO a lot of enemies' weakened Pokemon. Like, if you want to swap it in and just get the KO, I mean, 50 damage, a lot of times they're weaker than that. So that's pretty crazy. And then Dragon Claw, just for 3 energy, 100 power, that's pretty simple, pretty good damage, obviously. Very good damage, too. So definitely not a bad EX card for sure. Again, gaining that, like, buff from Cynthia, that could be pretty good. That's, like, very good even. 1 energy cost retreat, too. That's pretty insane. And Gible and Gabite not being too weak either with their ability to do, like, actual damage for cheap energy cost, that's good as well. So I'm pretty impressed. I mean, the Garchomp EX is looking really good. I mean, as Garchomp should be, for sure. There are other Pokemon in here. I just don't think we should go over every single one. There's 96 cards in the set. How are they going to impact things? I don't even know. I don't do friggin' PvP. I'm just thinking mostly as, like, having fun, doing, like, PvE content, or, like, again, if you just want to mess around at PvP. I mean, I'm just kind of having fun here. If you want to, like, watch dedicated PvP content, there's other channels. I like Shaman. Sky support, as long as the Pokemon's on the bench, your active Pokemon, basic Pokemon, retreat cost is 1 less. That's nice. That can definitely help again if we, like, go back to freaking Snorlax. You have 4 energy cost to retreat. Jesus Christ. And then, like, that Abomasnow I was mentioning earlier, how it could be really good as, like, a sub-in for, like, Starmie, but without having to be an EX Pokemon. Well, take away its retreat cost a little bit and make it a little bit better. Shaman looks like a pretty good support, honestly. And just supportive in order to, like, lessen the amount of need you need for, like, Leaf in order to make your team swap around easily, or like the X-Speed all, right? Or X-Speed retreat. What is it? Is it X-Speed? It is X-Speed, right? I'm not going to fact check that. You know what I mean? That Houndoom looks so sick, by the way. That's so cool. There's also regular Arceus here, which is a discard a random energy from this Pokemon, 100 power, 4 gauge, 4 energy attack. Pretty. I think it's kind of whatever. Honestly, I guess it kind of works a little bit if you can, like, manage the ability to get a lot of energy to it. Like, I could see this being good with, like, hold on. Does Superior only affect grass types, or does it also affect any Pokemon that just has, like, grass energy attached? I want to actually see that. All cards, gotta search them. Serp. Provide your grass Pokemon with 2 grass energy. Okay. Is there a lot of cards that can actually provide the effect of, like, giving you extra energy despite not being a Pokemon of that type? Because I believe Misty only works on water-type Pokemon. Manaphy, maybe? Like, does Manaphy only work on water-type Pokemon, or is it just generate extra energy? Take 2 of your bench Pokemon for each of those bench Pokemon. Take a water energy from energy zone, attach to those Pokemon. Okay, so you can use Manaphy for that. That can work pretty well. Also, like, Gardevoir, maybe? What about Dialga? Psychic energy attaches to Psychic Pokemon. Gardevoir does not work for it, but, like, what about Dialga? Attach it to one of your bench Pokemon, yeah, so you can use Dialga with that, so there could be some decent synergy with, like, the regular Dialga EX, and then also, Arceus here, regular Arceus. I mean, if you want to use this Arceus specifically, right, but the EX is probably going to be a little bit better most of the time. Anyway, Eriott, heal 40 damage from Pokemon that has, each of your Pokemon has water energy attached. This is very good. Again, water is so fluid with energy that you can give a lot of, energy to your Pokemon, like a lot of water energy to different Pokemon on your team. Obviously, your active Pokemon, your bench Pokemon, like, you can build a lot of pretty easy energy, and, well, a lot of energy at that. It's not like, oh, you're getting 1 energy here, 2 energy there, whatever. You can give your Pokemon 3, 4 energy. I mean, with, you know, just with good team building and the water typing, like, again, the amount of energy it's got through it is very, very fluid. And the fact that Eriott can heal so much HP, heal 40 damage from each of your Pokemon that has water energy attached, like, that's just basically could be 40 across the board. And it doesn't even have to be water-type Pokemon. You could be, again, like, sub in Arceus here, like, as one of your options. Again, you could run that Arceus plus that, like, Vigor Link, not Vigor Link, whatever the hell it's called, the Abomasnow here. Yeah, it is Vigor Link. Okay, so yeah, you could bring that with, like, Abomasnow here, and, well, there you go. You can get yourself that extra healing for Arceus and the entire team because of this Eriott here. Honestly, Eriott looks really, really good. Like, just a better Erica, frankly. Like, 50 HP is good, but 40 HP the whole team. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain how that could just be better. Celestic Town Elder, put 1 random base Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. This is very good as well. Like, you know, there could be some pretty good stuff here if, like, you're trying to make, again, big use of, like, let's just say an EX Pokemon. Like, your EX Pokemon gets KO'd early, you know, that obviously your enemy's got 2 points to victory, but then you can use this card to discard, get back your EX Pokemon. Like, and again, in this case, specifically, I'm thinking, like, Arceus. And, well, Arceus can still apply all of those link buffs to the rest of your team, and that could be really, really clutch. Like, you don't have to search your hand for your second Arceus. You can get it out of your discard pile, especially if, like, it is the only Pokemon that's in your discard pile. That could be, obviously, really, really good. And this applies to basically any Pokemon. Like, any Pokemon that gets KO'd and it's, like, a basic or whatever, and you're like, okay, well, I want them back. You can just use this card, and since it's probably going to be the only Pokemon in your discard pile, then, well, you basically are guaranteed to get that over where you're like a Pokeball or a Professor's Oak or whatever it is would mostly search your deck at random, or you would have to get, like, really lucky, right? Barry, during the same turn, attacks used by Snorlax, Heracross, and Staraptor costs 2 less energy. This combined, yeah, I mean, that's good, obviously. Like, attacks used by Snorlax, Heracross, and Staraptor. I mean, if you're going to be running these decks, like, with these heavy energy cost Pokemon, I think, like, this specific Snorlax, probably not that great, but, like, we want to look up the other Snorlaxes. Yeah, like, roll out is going to be a 2-gauge move with 70 power with a very bulky amount of HP. 150 here is really, really good. Even this is really good, but obviously, I mean, you're asleep, so there's, like, the downside. There's some RNG to it, but also at the same time, it's a no cost, like, not no cost. It's a 1 point win Pokemon. It's not an EX Pokemon, basically. So, like, if the enemy KOs it, they only get 1 point, and Snorlax is very bulky. It's got a lot of HP. It can do some good damage, and, you know, there are some effects to it, but you can definitely, like, work around that. Obviously, it's going to be a 1-use, like, thing, or, well, I guess 2-use if you run multiple Berry, but still, that could be, like, a really, really good effect. And also, like, Staraptor as well. Like, Staraptor can do a lot of damage. Can I search? There we go. I have too many tabs open. That's my bad. But, like, Staraptor here, like, this being 1 energy for 80 damage, that's pretty strong. But also, I mean, there's the big one here, the new Staraptor, which is going to be 1 energy for 130 damage, even if it has recoil. That sounds really, really good. That could be really, really strong, especially, like, to do some... If it was for the fact that, like, Staraptor is a Pokemon you evolve from, like, 3-stage evolution, the fact that that takes a good bit of time and a good bit of luck, I would say that that is really, really, really could be broken. I think it's more broken for a Pokemon like Heracross, though, or Snorlax, where they don't have to evolve. Like, Snorlax. Flip 2 coins above them, their heads attack with 70 more damage. That's... If both are heads... Oh, God. I'm sorry, but Heracross, what the hell is that? If both are heads? If both? Good luck, man. Good luck. Anyway. We'll just close all of this. Nice. But, sure, yeah. That's I see Barry having some very good use. I mean, specifically in the decks with those Pokemon, if you do want to make use of them. Datamine, during your opponent's next turn, all steel Pokemon take minus 20 damage from your opponent's attacks. This is great if you stack it with Melmetal's already amazing ability to reduce damage, and then get, like, some good healing on your team. One funny combination I would like to see is running a mixture of a steel and water deck where you can use both Datamine and Eriott, where Datamine is reducing the damage on your steel Pokemon, and if they have water energy attached, then Eriott can it can heal up a lot of that damage, because, like, in this specific case, like, look at Dialga here, it needs 2 steel energy, but it can also take a colorless. Bronzong doesn't need any specific colored energy. Probopass here only needs 2 steel energy and a colorless. Same thing with Magnezone here. Like, if you want to legitimately run these Pokemon, like these steel type Pokemon with, like, a water type like side or something that can generate water energy and attach it to them, then I could see some very fun use of, like, a mixture of Adamine's damage reduction with Eriott's healing. That would be very funny, honestly. Like, just as, like, a fun deck. Very, very good illustration rares here. I honestly love a lot of these. This Houndoom is amazing. This Meryl's amazing. These Unknown are pretty cool, too. I like the Sudowoodo Dancing. I did get this one. The Magnemite's super happy and goofy, and that's nice. The Shaman looks so beautiful. This is amazing artwork. Like, whoever made this, like, hats off. This is actually amazing. Like, go find this artist, see what they've made, buy some of their stuff, or, like, give them some support. I don't know. Like, that's amazing. Full arts are awesome as well. I love the regular full arts a lot. These are so cool. The full art trainers, I need that Eriott and Datamine, man. I need them so bad. And, well, I mean, let's look. Probopass looks cool. I mean, that looks cool, but, like, oh my god. Leafeon looks so good. If these were physical cards, these would be, like, $3,000. Take my word. Not really, but, like, God. Glaceon's my favorite evolution, one of my favorite Pokemon in general, so I'm so happy to have this. This looks so good, and Leafeon looks so good as well. It's sleeping in the grass there. It makes me think of the, it's not Evolving Skies, it's Crown Zenith. It makes me think of the Crown Zenith card. It looks so nice, so cute. This Garchomp fighting Arceus is insane. This reminds me of the Crown Zenith Mewtwo and Charizard EX. I can actually pull, I'm actually going to pull that up just like to make my point. Charizard EX V-Star Universe. I want to pull that card up specifically. Like, yeah, open link in a new tab. Open image in a new tab. There we go. Yeah, this card. It makes me think of the CL Charizard's here, Mewtwo's here. If you look at the Garchomp, it's in the same type of positioning. Yeah, I really like the look of that. It looks so good. So cool. Such a great alt art. Really amazing. I had this on my Wonder Pick like just yesterday, and I missed it sadly. I wish I would have got it, but man, whatever. The Arceus EX Immersive looks super good. I have not actually seen the immersive animation for Arceus EX. I'm very curious on what that is, but yeah, I mean, it looks good here just in the art itself. Dialga and Palkia were good. Arceus looks good too. I'm surprised, honestly, at this point, the fact that they actually put out an Arceus dedicated set really makes me wonder why they didn't do anything for Giratina. Because we don't even have Giratina EX yet, do we? I'm pretty damn certain. Like, I don't want to search from there. I want to look at cards, alt cards. Let's see. Giratina. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's got the amazing, like, full art, like, right, this looks cool, but, like, Giratina's got no EXs? Like, we got ourselves the creation trio and not the devil? Anyway, and then, of course, the gold Arceus as well. Yeah, super cool. If any Pokemon deserves, like, a gold card, Arceus, like, fits it the most, probably. Other than, like, Goldingo, which I could see that getting one as well, which would be very funny, but Arceus, obviously, you know, fully deserving of that. But yeah, this is a very cool set. I think this is, in my opinion, it's a better set than Mythical Island. I like the diversity and like what they're doing with it. I really like a lot of these cards. Like the fact that Arceus is obviously a colorless Pokemon, the EX, and it's got such good effects is really good for like diversity and team building, because it means you can add Arceus to so many different teams. Like Arceus will just fit onto basically anything you want it to. That's one of the best perks of colorless Pokemon, is that they can just go basically anywhere and be really good. And obviously the fact that you can build around the link abilities, like the Resilience Link with Magnezone, the Speed Link with Rotom, the Vigor Link with Abomasnow, and I think Tyranitar, Power Link, whatever, Power Link with Tyranitar. Like you can build this around a lot of these different link abilities with Arceus on the team, and obviously Arceus is going to be a great core staple just because of how much damage it can output with a lot of bench Pokemon, and the fact that it's colorless, meaning it can work with a lot of different Pokemon that can generate different energy. Again, like that Dialga who can generate 2 steel energy and attach it to your Pokemon, or Manaphy who can generate water energy and attach it to your Pokemon. Like there's a lot of energy methods for it to get a lot of energy and do this damage really quickly. And again, combine it with those like link abilities, and you know, those Pokemon can be a lot stronger, and again, you still got this Arceus in your back pocket. So very interesting effects for sure. And again, I'm very curious on that Eriott and Datamine potential steel-water hybrid team that could do really well with their different effects of damage reduction and healing, and be really bulky and put out a lot of damage, because water and steel are pretty good for damage as well. So anyway, that's my thoughts like on the new TCG Pocket set, the new Triumphant Light set. I don't play PvP. If you want to say like I'm wrong on a lot of my thoughts, then it's fair enough, but that's just how it is. I'm just thinking the way that I want to think and just having fun with the set. I mean, let's have a discussion in the comments for sure. Like I'm always open to that. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your pulls into packs and all of that. Yeah, peace.